All right, a lot of people are getting into the stock trades, but are you doing it the right way? Well, there's one company that can help you out, and it's Carnivore Trading. And with me is the man, the myth, the legend, Dutch. I just like to say that right there. When you got a name like that, you know what you're doing when it comes to trading. Am I right, Dutch?
Well, we've been doing this a while. That's right.
So let's talk about this. How this name come about?
Well, actually, one of the carnivore traders and one of our founders is like a world famous kind of barbecue chef. And we started talking about what are we going to call this thing that we do, this trading thing that we do. And it just hit me all of a sudden one day. You know, we stalk our prey just in the stock market, just the way a carnivore would. So
That's great. Okay.
I know.
I just, when you just said it, it's like stock in the, that's it right there. Okay, let's talk about that. Let's talk about what separates you guys from the other trading platforms, because this is kind of neat. Tell me a little about that.
Yeah, the interesting thing is we don't manage anybody's money except our own. What we do is we share what we're doing in real time here at Carnivore with all of our subscribers, the people that we call our Carnivore family. And what we really try to do is teach them how to become what we call Hall of Fame traders. So how do you become a Hall of Fame trader? What kinds of techniques do you use? What kinds of rules do you follow? And there's a lot of people that are kind of new to the trading world. I mean, we think there could be as many as 50 million people in this country that have come on and started trading these days with the commission-free trading platforms. And so we encourage people to learn as much as they can, and we encourage people to use Carnivore as a source where they can learn a lot of those things and see our trades in real time.
Yeah, Dutch, I like what you said about teaching people and having them learn, because that's the biggest problem a lot of people run into when they get onto the platforms, is that they're not teaching them or talking with them in real time on what is happening in the market, how to understand it and stuff. And that's where your team comes in, because you want them to be successful. It's not just about, coming on and, and having fun. It's actually about growing their wealth and making them understand the stock market.
Yeah, and making people make smart decisions. I think some of the easiest things that, but are the hardest things to do, but the easiest things to fix, we try to do, immediately, which is, a lot of people will get a 5 or 10% profit in a position and they'll sell it and they'll let their losses just keep going. And that's just a recipe for ultimate failure in your account value. And so what we try to show people is that, if you buy NVIDIA at $200 a share and it goes to 220, we actually show them that we're buying more of it because it's doing exactly what it's supposed to do. Yeah. A lot of stocks don't do what you expect them to do because stocks don't care what you think. They're going to do whatever they're going to do. So we cut our losses very quickly. We'll take a 3 or 5 or 7% loss, and we'll do that very quickly. But when we get something that starts to run, we'll invest in NVIDIA at 200 and 220 and 240 and 260 and 280. And that, if it's running for us like that, we're going to back that horse.
Yeah, it's I like it. You're like bringing them into the family, and you're working with them, and they get to see what you guys are doing. You help them out to do what they're doing, which is really cool. And of course, you got a cool name, Dutch Master. Give me a little background of you. What's your background?
Well, my background is 35 plus years, maybe too many, on Wall Street. Everybody that was at the beginning of this. Of Carnivore was a guy that I had worked with in the past. My job in the past was to find the most genius kids out there coming out of college that we could mold into great Hall of Fame type traders. And I worked with some of the greatest traders on Wall Street who taught me old school buying and selling stocks. And that's all we do is buy and sell high quality stocks at Carnivore. We don't do penny stocks. We don't do options. We don't do any weird things and weird strategies. So it's something that's easy to understand. But what we do is we end up getting people exposed to some stocks that they may have never heard of in their life. Because you go to a cocktail party and what do you hear everyone talk about? The same 5 stocks, right?
Yep.
Google and Amazon and Apple and Tesla, right?
Yeah.
I mean, so those everyone knows those stocks. But when somebody says, well, I actually have made a lot of money in, Okta software or Atlassian or ServiceNow, people go, what are you talking about? And these are billion-dollar revenue companies with billions of dollars in profits. And I mean, these are just fantastic, fast-growing, big stocks, very liquid. And, that's the kind of thing that we're trying to teach people is, discovering some of these things and showing it to them. And when we buy it, they go, geez, that's one I've never heard of before. Let me take a look at that.
Yeah, that's the way it's done. It's listening to people like the carnivores. That's it. Listening to you guys. Okay, I got to wrap up, but I hope you can give this away. But I hear that you sent out a little message before opening bell to people. What's that little message, and what's it do for people?
Well, I want to let them know, first of all, how the market looks like it's going to open up. And then a lot of times I'll say, it's time to trade, carnivores, and we'll put a link in there of some fantastic rock and roll music, like, Welcome to the Jungle, because, it is a carnivores and the stock market is a jungle, so we'll get people pumped up. But we also just are letting them know market looks firm today. It's time to trade. Let's make some money.
So, Dutch, I'll tell you, it's all about making people feel comfortable about what they're doing on that market, and it seems like you and your team at Carnivore are doing it. So how can people find out more?
Well, carnivoretrading.com is where you can find us, and we have a 14-day free trial. You just sign up, and in 14 days, I'm telling you, if you haven't learned more than you've ever learned in your life about the stock market, then there's no obligation. You can cancel, but we'd love to have more people in the Carnivore family.
So, all right. Well, we have the information also on aztv.com for those out there who didn't get that. But Dutch, I like that Carnivore. It just rolls off the tongue, ready to trade.
All right. Thank you. Thanks so much. And shout out to all my Hall of Fame traders in Arizona.
Perfect. There you go. Thank you, Dutch.
All right.